first carry for James Conner. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
Second and 11. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Taylor on the screen. This is Coleman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Now Taylor. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Ready. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Big grip.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now it's Roethlisberger. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they can.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they?
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 40, the 30, 20, 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
We got this.
And that'll set them back 5. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. The Browns drive about to get started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 9-6.
Makes the score Browns 9, Steelers 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. On first down, Cotter going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10 is Cotter. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Watch it. Brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 now. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, our score 9-6.
Steelers 6.
Mike 58 right there. Come on, come on.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
That's good for the Steelers.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. 2nd and 4. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. They're going to look to throw. He'll buy some time right. He may try. And the Steelers are in for the touchdown.
The defense was almost too good on that play. They took away all of his targets. The one thing they forgot, to account for him as a runner. And he's able to tuck it and go for the end zone and get it done.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. Back to throw here. And that is caught for the 2 points. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Taylor. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Kirksey. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. They'll look to throw here. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But now it's 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll drop the throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll find Smith-Schuster, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Taylor. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Go, go, go. 55's mark, guys, 55. Watch the run, watch the run.
On 3rd down, Taylor. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the Jaguars have scored again, so they are in the driver's seat big time in that one. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
No, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position. A couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Matt Bosher now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Ross on the return. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go. Watch the pass. Check ready weapon.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Set, ready. Look the outlaw. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Taylor. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Seibert on for the PAT. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Makes the score Steelers 22, Browns 16.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And an alley to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So we are at halftime here on Halloween as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Ready? 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Here we go. Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Coleman. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They will run again with Coleman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. Wind at his back now in this 3rd quarter. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got a 1st down and then some in midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. throw now on first down. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run with Connor. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game. Here's a 2nd and 7.
That's into the hands of the tight end, Leggett. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll run here with Connor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's Taylor. He's got this one complete to Perriman. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Brashad Perriman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The drive will start with Connor. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on fourth down. Let's see what's in store here. They'll try and throw for it here. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. This is Coleman. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Steelers' 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Taylor. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without them, they're not winning this game.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, it's Taylor. Buying time to his left. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Steelers 28.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
How many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
It's a gain of 6.
Now Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask your equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Taylor will throw. That's complete to John Ross. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
He finds Beckham, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had that lead that is now gone. It is completely gone. Yeah, how does that affect the psyche? Or am I reading into that too much? They should be okay still?
No, you're not reading into it too much at all. You've got to wonder what the psyche is of the team, because once you build up a lead and things are rolling pretty well, you don't expect it to change. And for it to change this dramatically, and now they're the team doing the chasing, yeah, you want to check out where they are mentally and whether or not they have it in them to come back. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, they're on their heels a bit right now. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
180.
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. This one complete to Ingram. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now Roethlisberger. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 25 yards that time. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
2nd and 5 now. Roethlisberger, they go screen. This is Ingram. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Mark Ingram with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Here we go. Here we go. 70 ending. 55. Okay, just like that. Just like that. Check. Crouch. Crouch. Crouch.
On 1st down, Coleman. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joe Hayden from his cornerback position on the sack that time. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Check 31. Check 31. Deuce, 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 deuce.
To try again after the sack. Taylor, oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
3rd and long.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention. He deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer. You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Again, it's Connor. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
It's a gain of 8.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Show that bench release and go.
They'll look to throw. And he finds McDonald. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
Hey, alert. 50, bravo. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chris Jones in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He's back to throw. Now a desperate. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Kill.
Here's Coleman. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
That's it, baby. We go 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. He's got it to Ingram, complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Greedy Williams picks it off.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns' drive about to get started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Taylor going to throw it. On the screen, this is Coleman. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, they move back over 500 now at 4-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down, and they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Dino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame it on Gino. Snowflake the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. Fettuccine with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he's well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate, pay their bills. They can't get it by themselves. Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way. Cause my bros on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
With his round, he like make a joke, everybody laughs.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the wrist I was never